You all ready to join me today in our trip to outer space?
Yeah.
Albert Shivers.
The Matrix doesn't happen.
That's very true.
Come along quietly or not.
They don't have to like it, but they're gonna see what happens.
Goodbye, wimps.
And now, without further ado,
from Albert Shivers.
The general concept is that creativity flourishes in an atmosphere of freedom.
Hello, folks. Welcome to another episode, if you want to call it that, of the Planet Shivers podcast. I am, as I've always been, Albert Shivers. And before we get started with this episode, I want to apologize for this episode. It may be the funniest thing you ever listened to. It may be the most ridiculous thing you've ever listened to. It may be the dumbest thing you've ever listened to. Or it might be something you won't forget. Either way, I hope you enjoy the inaugural first annual Planet Shivers 500.
Tired of having headache pain, nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea? Try new Pepto-Bismol chewables, made in grape, peanut butter, and cherry flavor for family and kids alike.
That's right, David. And all this and more can be found at a low price at your local pharmacy. For our southern guests, keep a lookout for the new brand, Peppy Bizmilk. Must be 18 years or older to purchase. Ask a parent before overdosing. Do not take if pregnant with triplets. Now, welcome to the Bristol Motor Speedway for the first Planet Shivers 500. This is a half-mile racetrack, 28 degrees of banking in the corner. Now, let's go trackside for the command.
drivers, start your engines!
And we are started here at the first annual Planet Shivers 500. Brad Keselowski jumps out to the early lead, followed by Kevin Harvick, Joey Logano, Martin Truex Jr., and Chase Elliott. They all fall into a single file line. And before we get too deep into this broadcast, I want to let you know that this broadcast is brought to you by Maybe Baby, the birth control for the undecided mother. Okay, let's jump back into the action. Here comes Harvick, looking down low on Brad Keselowski. Doesn't look like he can close in too much, but here comes the 22 of Logano. He's driving right in on him as we ride now with Kevin Harvick, looking at the ass end of Brad Keselowski's car. You're going to be seeing a lot of that today. Let's jump back in the field where things are a little bit more bunched up. Clint Boyer, Eric Almirola. Oh, and they almost get into each other. That's Blaney in the orange and red car, or maybe yellow and red. Who the hell knows? He's in the car. He almost hit the guy. That's all you need to know, really. Too wide here for a couple of rows. Alex Bowman in the 88 jots down to the bottom as Clint Boyer in the 14 is, looking at my notes here. Yeah, Clint Boyer in the 14 underneath the 10 of Eric Almirola. Those two teammates, three teammates right in a row there. Now we're going to jump a little further back in the field. Take a look at Kyle Busch, who is all the way back in the 32nd position. He's having a bad start, but he's got a lot of bullshit in front of him. We'll see what happens, though. 3 wide in front of him. That is very tough to do. Denny Hamlin to the wall. That's a tough break for him. You got to make sure when you get in the wall like that you don't have a tire go down. You don't want a flat tire. That'll put you back very, very far into this field. You don't want to mess around with a flat tire in real life or in this place, because if you get a flat tire, boom, you're going into the wall and your day's over. So we're going to keep a good bead on Denny Hamlin. Make sure that he doesn't have any problems. He's talking to his crew right now. Seems like everything is good as he works underneath the 27 car. Let's see who is in that 27 car. 27 car of Gray Goulding, and he gets by him easily, and Kyle Busch working by him too. Let's enjoy the race for a second while I take a little breather. You could see even the lettering was rubbed off of Denny Hamlin's car there. Big logjam in front of him. Kyle Busch going to shoot down the outside. Going to try to get a 2-for-1 deal in this corner, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen. As back to the lead, Brad Keselowski's going to work underneath some lap cars with Kevin Harvick in that blue number 4. Right behind him, 7 car jumps up out of the way. See, at a track, this is Bristol Motor Speedway, the Planet Shivers 500 is coming to you from, and it's a half-mile oval, which means that the leader of the race catches the back of the field very quickly. I mean, as we got Brad Keselowski still in the lead, slicing and dicing through the lap cars as he roars into the next turn. Following not too close behind him is the second place car. We're going to get a beat on him as the 15 is getting stalked by our leader. Now we're going to jump back to Matt DiBenedetto and Joey Logano, second and third place, being followed closely but at 9 Napa car of Chase Elliott, who definitely has a little Napa know-how in this race. Tell you, a 500-lap race around this half-mile track of Bristol with that high-ass banking. Look at how high that is. You could bowl down that banking. This is a tough, physically demanding race. A lot of times drivers will lose a few pounds in one event in water weight. That's how much these guys sweat. You might think, oh, they're sitting around for 500 miles, but it's not the case. These guys are working hard. These cars do have power steering, but it is not the same kind of power steering that your little Japanese car has. These cars are tough to get around the track. And now we see Ryan Blaney stalking up behind the 22 as we jump back to Matt DiBenedetto. In the 21, Matt DiBenedetto, the only Italian out there on the track these days. Got to have a little props for that. Let's see what's going on with Joey Logano here as he tries to stalk down Chase Elliott and stay ahead of his teammate Ryan Blaney, who is being stalked by Kevin Harvick. Seems like Joey Logano is having a little bit of handling problems as he loses a spot to Chase Elliott with the 9 in front of him. Here comes Kyle Busch around the outside of the 10. Jesus Christ, he's flying up through the field as laps continue to unravel in this race. Let's remind you that this telecast is brought to you by the newest diet salad dressing, 500 Islands. If you still want salad and you still need to lose some weight, I recommend it. I tried it just last night, and it tasted just as good going down as it did coming back up. Great dressing for a bulimic. If you're a bulimic out there, this is the dressing for you. Let's jump back into the race as we ride on board with Kyle Busch, screaming around the outside line of Bristol Motor Speedway. He wants to win the inaugural Planet Shivers 500 in that red Skittles car. Red was always my favorite flavor Skittle, and it was always my favorite flavor M&M too. You know, you really need a sensitive tongue to be able to tell the difference between the colors of M&Ms, but I can. Red Skittle, red M&Ms, always my favorite color. I like the green too on the M&Ms, but you know, they're a little bit more elusive than the red. Next time you get a pack of M&Ms, open it up, dump it on the table, and you count and you get back to me. I guarantee you it'll predominantly be red M&Ms. Kyle Busch has scrapped and clawed his way up to the 9th place. And as we look on the left-hand side of the screen, it's the battle for second with Matt DiBenedetto and Chase Elliott. Chase Elliott trying every way he can to pull a last-ditch effort to jump around that 21 and set his sights on the leader, Brad Keselowski. Kyle Busch just jumps by Martin Truex Jr. in the Bass Pro Shops mobile for that position. And here comes Chase Elliott. Outside of the 21 of Matt DiBenedetto, he dices through the lap car of the 51, which lets Joey Logano slide in behind Matt DiBenedetto. Chase Elliott has taken over the lead. We are at lap 110 of 500. 5 lead changes, 1 caution for 11 laps. We are still in stage 1 with 15 laps to go. Let's jump back and take a look at something happen. How Elliott got the pass for the lead. Brad Keselowski gets held up by the big-ass 6-car. Ryan Newman can't do anything with it, gets stuck behind him. Chase Elliott scoots by on the bottom, but Brad Keselowski tries to come back, but he can't quite do it. That high line is the longer way around the racetrack. Can't do anything with it. Chase Elliott jumps in front of him, showing his ass, and takes off to the number 1 position, and he's still trying to get by Ryan Newman. Now, Kyle Busch is by Brad Keselowski. That 2-car is dropping. He's not the deuce anymore. He's dropping a deuce. That's what Brad Keselowski is doing. As Kyle Busch shoots past him, 13 laps to go in the stage. Chase Elliott holding serve in the lead. Now, when you get out to the lead, you don't always want to go as fast as you can. You got to worry about fuel. You got to worry about tires. You can't go nuts. You got to just chill out. You're in the lead. Now you manage. You keep that gap between second place, and don't worry about nothing. You got 11 laps, and then you'll be on pit road, and everything's going to be fine. Be right here on the roof cam of Kyle Busch, and you see all that clog and misgalance in front of him. He is going to have a chance to catch the leader, Chase Elliott, as Chase Elliott ducks and dives through that lap traffic. It's slowing Chase Elliott down. Kyle Busch, look at him. Clear track, nothing to worry about, but this 0-0, he's going to make short work of him. He's going to cruise on by. Come on, don't make a liar out of me. Cruise on by. There he goes. Good. He's going to cruise on by and get a little bit closer to Chase Elliott. So why? What's the stage? Why does he want to win a stage? Well, I'll tell you. Here's the deal. You win the stage, you get some extra points, and then points follow you throughout the whole season, okay? So you want them points. Kyle Busch, in that red Skittles car, he wants to jump up there and get Chase Elliott. He is not messing around. And he's reeling them in. You see now, but you know how hard it was for Chase Elliott to get by the 6 car. Well, it's going to be just as hard for Kyle Busch. As we see now, Kevin Harvick and Brad Keselowski, that deuce continues to sink. As now Kevin Harvick in the 4 car shoots on by on the outside. That's a harder pass to make. It's, like I said before, a longer way around the racetrack. So a tough pass to make. It just goes to show how quick the 4 car is and how much trouble the 2 car is actually having. We hear now some transmission from Kevin Harvick's pit. That car is doing pretty good. Seems to be coming to him pretty well. As the race goes on, 5 laps to go in the stage. You can see Kevin Harvick currently third. He started 4th, made it up to 1st during that pit stall. Big traffic jam. As it's an Oklahoma land rush through turns 2 and 3. Kyle Busch continues. Oh, Chase Elliott almost got into the lap cars there as Kyle Busch continues to scrape and claw and inch his way towards. He's going to shoot down to the bottom of that 51. He's going to have to make short work of that 32 car in front of him if he's going to catch Chase Elliott. 3 to go in the stage, coming around to 2 to go in the stage. Kyle Busch tries to jump on the outside, but the 51 is going to be in the way. It's a pure roadblock. It's a pure roadblock. The Bandit didn't see roadblocks this bad. Continuing to try on the low side. What's he going to do? He's running out of time. Chase Elliott caught behind another lap car, dives to the bottom. You see that through Kyle Busch's roof cam. Good grief. I don't think he's going to be able to do it, but he is not going to go down without a fight. Oh, the 32 gets into the back of that lap car. Everybody's trying to move each other out of the way, but it looks like Chase Elliott is going to come around, and Chase Elliott's going to win the first stage of the race, and these cars will re-rack and get ready for stage 2. Not a super eventful stage, but these guys are all just trying to get through. It's the last lap that counts. Everything in between is just survival. Lap 137 to the restart. Here they come. Kyle Busch in the lead with Bowman, Elliott, Logano, Harvick, Kurt Busch, and William Byron down there on the bottom of the blue and white and red car. Kyle Busch jumps out to an early lead. He's got a couple of car lengths as it is a log jam behind him. Avalanche into turn number 3. Brad Keselowski caught on the outside with Kurt Busch. Jesus Christ, these cars are close to one another. everybody trying to get to that bottom line. It's generally the quickest way around the track. We've seen Harvick pass on the outside before. That is the exception rather than the rule. Kyle Busch back out into the lead now with Alex Bowman stalking him from behind. Kind of sounds like the guy down at the bar. Stalking people from behind. These cars shoot around this track like bullets. Denny Hamlin doesn't seem to be having any tire trouble. That's good for him as we follow him, and we follow the 95 of Christopher Bell, followed by that bright green booger car of Bubba Wallace. Oklahoma Land Rush into turn number 2 as the 95 of Christopher Bell is going to start to work over Denny Hamlin from the back. Another clog of cars like a shower drain. The 12 trying to get by the 37 of Ryan Preece. And that is Ryan Blaney in the 12 as they tap dance around the... Oh, maybe not. Thought they were going to make it around the 13 car there, but they did not. Ryan Blaney is going to jump to the bottom. Going to see if he could do anything with the 37. Slide up. Contact? No. I'm going to tell you what. I've been watching racing for a long time, and Ryan Blaney's patience has to be running out as Ryan Preece continues to pin Blaney on the... Oh, there goes Blaney gets by. It's like Ryan Preece got a little bit loose as we see that bottom groove is probably the preferred groove. Here they go. 12, 13. Can Ryan Blaney pass the 13? He's getting mighty close. Right up his ass. Pardon me a sec. So anyway, Ryan Blaney right behind. Oh, he's getting close. He's giving him a whiff. But nothing there as we see another logjam right in front of these guys. It's getting tight. There's nowhere to escape. It's a half-mile racetrack. You can't escape anybody. You're always going to be up somebody's ass or somebody's going to be right behind you. Now, Ryan Blaney had a good finish in stage 1, but he's running out of time. You don't want to waste your time with these slower cars. Let's jump a little bit further to the front. Logano, Bowman, Busch. Kurt Busch has several wins at Bristol Motor Speedway, but he would love to win this inaugural Planet Shivers 500. Brought to you by the one and only Christian deodorant thou shalt not smell. Because the smell of cleanliness is next to godliness.
Cocoa Puffs are a delicious part of any well-balanced breakfast. They're good for you, which parents love, and they taste like candy, which I love. I can't help it. I'm cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Cuckoo!
And now, all expecting mothers can look for new bio-infused Cocoa Puffs. Give your child the extra boost with chocolate milk. Do not take a pregnant nursing. Now we jump to lap 204. Kyle Busch trying to make his way past these lap cars. We are at lap 204 at a 507. Lead changes 2 cautions for 21 laps. Matt DiBenedetto and Kyle Busch. Matt DiBenedetto trying not to go a lap down, but as you see, Kyle Busch is the leader trying to get around the 41, but he's got Chase Elliott and Kevin Harvick smelling his farts from behind. Now here comes Harvick looking to get under Chase Elliott. Chase Elliott dives to the outside. There's lap cars every goddamn where. Chase Elliott has to split the middle. Harvick caught behind the 41, his teammate. You would think he'd cut him a break, show a brother some love, Chase Briscoe. Or, not Briscoe, the other one, Cole Custer. Harvick with a dive down, trying to get to Chase Elliott. He tries, doesn't work. Kyle Busch gets through that lap traffic, and he's checking out. Cole Custer is falling back to the 24th position right now. He is having a rough a rough day. No kidding around, Cole Custer. And he's got another lead lap car right behind him in Joey Logano. Here he is, 24th. Started 12th, got himself up to 10th. At one point fell back to 26th, but now he's holding on for dear life by the skin of his teeth in 24th. I'm sure that car is not handling very well for him, as now he's got an ass full of Logano. Chase Elliott, Kevin Harvick, reeling in Kyle Busch again. Can they get by him? It's going to be tough to see. Chase Elliott trying the high line, seeing if he can find any more speed. Now, I mentioned before, it's hard to pass up there, but there is a benefit to it. What is that benefit? Well, I'll tell you what that benefit is. By going around the top of the racetrack, you are able to maintain a little bit more speed. You don't have to slow down quite as much when you're going around the outside. But sometimes, and here comes Truex to pit road. This has to be an unscheduled pit stop. Something wrong here for Truex. He is going to go several laps down with this pit stop. Let's see if we can find out what's going on here. He has no wins in 19 tries at Bristol Motor Speedway. Seems like he may have had a flat tire. These guys are going to change all four of them just to be sure they get the right one, and he is off. But he is going to go several laps down as they come through here. And here comes Harvick underneath Chase Elliott. We're going to have to see what happens here. Kevin Harvick's going to try to take a little bit of air off that spoiler, get a nose under him. Chase Elliott's going to get caught behind the 66, and here comes Kevin Harvick. He's going to make it past. Meanwhile, he made it past. Kyle Busch is checked out. And something amiss on the 11 car. The nose of that 11 car smushed in. Jesus, it's like a Michael Jackson car now. Just one bad facelift for that 11 of Denny Hamlin. We don't know what exactly happened to the 11. Look at that. Smashed in the front. He's got no nose left. Going to see if we can get a replay here, get word from the pits on what exactly happened to Denny Hamlin. Now that's going to ruin everything, and you don't know, is the radiator punctured? That's what we need to find out here. If that radiator is punctured, that engine's going to overheat, and it's going to get real pissed off, and he's going to have to bring that car to the pits if there's any sort of a problem with it. We're hearing now it may have something to do with the 19. We see some damage on the lower driver's side of the rear of the 19 car. As we look now back at Hamlin, it looks like those two holes fit together. It might be some interference when Truex went down. Truex goes down to pit road. We're going to have to see what we could see here. Here we go, a little replay here. Watch the bottom right-hand side of your screen. Denny Hamlin. Right up his tailpipe. Yeah, Truex got a FedEx enema on that run, man. Tough break for both of those guys. Denny Hamlin's going to have to try to bring it into pit road. He's got 27 laps to go in the stage. He's going to try to ride it out. But you want to make sure that car don't get angry and overheat. And the 24, the same Michael Jackson fate, gets that nose smashed in. Kyle Busch still the leader, lap 234 of 507 lead changes, 3 cautions for 22 laps. And we are under caution as William Byron brings his foonge face, number 27, into the pits. He might even bring that sucker back into the garage and hang it up. Go home to Ryan Blaney's sister, you know what I'm saying? Liberty University. I never did like college anyway. Yeah, you could see the oil pouring out of that car. You could see the line of oil behind him as the crew jumps under the hood. They're going to see what kind of surgery they could do to this wounded machine. Many crew guys. Oh, and William Byron's out of the car. He's going to take a look at what happened. They're going to see if they can get him back out there. Although he will be many, many laps down, but it looks like it might be terminal for Bill Byron. Yeah, the gloves are coming off. This looks like the end of William Byron's day. Tough break to the kid from North Carolina. He had a decent run going. We're going to see if we can get a replay. Oh, it looks like he shot up the ass at a 95 of Christopher Bell. Lap 242 for the restart. Kyle Busch, Logano, Harvick, Busch, Almirola, and Chase Elliott the top six. Busch, good jump for Kyle Busch. Looks like Joey Logano spun the tires a little bit. We are at lap 242. 9 lead changes, 3 cautions for 49 laps. And Kevin Harvick taking the second spot. Chase Elliott's going to try to follow him into third, but Logano is going to try to muscle up. No, he can't do it. Chase Elliott gets the position above Logano with Kurt Busch not too far behind. It's going to be a battle between that 22 and the 9. They don't go down without a fight. Here we go in the back of the field. You can see Denny Hamlin's nose is all taped up post-surgery. Oh, and the 96 gets into the back of the 15. I told you guys there is no place to hide at this racetrack. Back up to the front, you got Logano, Kurt Busch, and Bowman, followed by Almirola. Bowman peeking to the inside, trying to psych out Kurt Busch, but Kurt Busch can't be psyched out. He's fucking Kurt Busch. What, are you kidding me? All in a row on the bottom. Slithering and sliding around this half-mile concrete track. Now we see Clint Boyer in the 14. He's trying to get into the mix, racing up on his teammate in the 10. Bowman getting a little bit closer to Kurt Busch as Almirola and the 14 try to reel him in. Back there you got the 20 of Eric Jones trying to sneak around. Let's get a nice little shot of Boyer there. There's all these cars hop around the track, and now Harvick reeling in the 18. They've separated themselves from the rest of the field. These two cars seem to be the class of the field as we got 3 laps to go in stage number 2. Kyle Busch going to try to sweep stage 1 and 2, but Harvick's going to try to stop him if he has anything to do with it.
I'm not touching the brake. I just don't feel like I'm going anywhere under throttle.
Yeah, carry more speed on entry. We're giving up too much entry speed.
Something else to think about. Oh, caution is out. Ryan Newman, the 6, spins just at the end of stage 2. Able to get it going, but that is going to end stage number 2 under caution. Ryan Newman lost the handle on that car. Can happen to anybody. He seems like he's got a little bit of damage there. Here comes the pace truck to pick up Kyle Busch. A lot of pit strategy being discussed right now. What are you going to do? 2 tires, 4 tires. How much gas do you need? These are all things that these drivers got to look at here as we go into the final stage. You don't know what's going to happen. But we're going to be back. We're going to show it to you as Kyle Busch wins stage 2. Here Ryan Newman slides. Tries to save it. The 96 barely misses him. Greg Goulding and Michael McDowell almost hit him too, but we are moving on.
I'm Tony Viagra, the Gangster Comedy. I listen to Planet Shivers podcast, and you better too.
Here we are back, lap 261 for the restart. Kyle Busch rockets to the lead with Kevin Harvick right behind him, not giving him any room for error. Then you got Logano, the kid in the 9 there, Chase Elliott, and the 1 at Kurt Busch. You got Eric Almirola and Ryan Blaney, the only 2 cars side by side up at the front right now as they argue over that position. Can Ryan Blaney do it? He's got the clear, and he slides in. Almirola cuts him a little slack, lets him slide in. Now Almirola slides up the track, and he's got Eric Jones underneath him. Oh, he punts him out of the way. The bump and run. Now, Almirola being tortured on the outside line, getting freight trained. First by the 3. Oh, he darts down. You don't want to let that 8 get by you. Now the 17 stuck on the outside, followed by the 48 of Jimmy Johnson. These cars shooting around this track like bullets. Bullets you can buy, by the way, from Bass Pro Shops. And just a little word, this audio telecast is brought to you by the newest feminine hygiene spray, Sprunt, a product of Raid. Now, Ryan Blaney trying to get, he's not trying, he is by the 14 of Clint Boyer. Clint Boyer shows him a little bit of a nose, but it looks like Ryan Blaney is going to forge ahead and get by Clint Boyer. Now Clint Boyer's got an ass full of Eric Jones. Ryan Blaney now pulling away from Clint Boyer and Eric Jones as the 3 of Austin Dillon tries to reel in Eric Jones. Like a giant snake, these cars continue to fly around this track. Denny Hamlin has not been able to recover from that damage. He finds himself in 26th. Let's see what's going on with Ryan Blaney here. We're getting word from the pits. For the last 5 laps, Ryan Blaney has been one of the quickest cars based on lap time in this event, currently running in the 7th position, worked his way up there from 14th. At one point, he did fall back to 28th. Clint Boyer in the Rush Truck Center Rocket. Number 14 car, he's trying to gain some points in this race. Every position he loses is points lost in the series standings. As you see, Boyer currently running 8th. He started one position better. Never was really able to make it above 7th. But it looks like he has a decent car, but not enough of a machine to go up there and challenge the leaders. This whole race is just a game of improvisation as you go. You never know what's going to get thrown at you, how your car is going to react to temperature changes, track changes, the different cars around you. As we go through the field here, Kyle Busch still in the lead, followed by Kevin Harvick, Logano, Elliott, Kurt Busch, Alex Bowman, Ryan Blaney, Clint Boyer, Eric Jones, and Almirola make up the top 10, being followed by Austin Dillon and Tyler Reddick, 11th and 12th. Back up to the front of the field, Chase Elliott right behind Joey Logano, tickling the bumper of Logano almost, showing him that he is there, trying to psych out Logano. Now Chase Elliott dives to the top. That ain't going to work with a 53 up there. He shoots back down to the bottom, showing him a nose. What's Logano going to do? Logano gives him the inside, going to try to get some momentum on the outside. What's going to happen? Coming out of turn 3, or turn 2 that is. Side by side. Now they're going to come out of turn 4 from turn 3. Logano still able to keep up that momentum on the outside like I talked about before. But Chase Elliott fighting hard on the inside. Back and forth as both cars slice and dice. And Chase Elliott makes it by barely by the 22 of Lucky Logano. Chase Elliott now shooting underneath Timmy Hill in the 66. Yes, that is Timmy Hill in the 66. Just had to double check my notes there for a second. Now, with that racing, it allowed Kurt Busch. You see him in the bottom of your screen. Now you don't. Screw it. These camera guys are all over the place. Oh, man. Battle for the lead. Here comes Kevin Harvick. He's going to try to pass Busch. What's going to happen? And here we go. Back to the back of the pack. Kevin Harvick gets by the 18 as we watch the 21, the 11, and the 6 battle. This is the battle to be the first car a lap down, I believe, as Kevin Harvick shoots past the 18 and wrestles that lead away. Now what Kevin Harvick wants to do is put as much space between him and Busch as possible. We jump to lap 404. Kevin Harvick's still the leader. We got cars on pit road. 10 lead changes, 4 cautions for 39 laps. And it looks like Denny Hamlin's fuel tank is taking in laundry as they shoot him off 4 tires and a full tank of gas. Jimmy Johnson looking like he's going to get 4 Mr. Feelgoods in that Ally Chevrolet. They get those tires on, and he is gone. Kevin Harvick still holding on to the lead. When is he going to pit? Here comes Chase Elliott pitting from the 5th position. Guys jump on board like killer bees as they throw these tires on. They're going to run back around to the driver's side. Oh, there's a wreck. The 53 is around. Oh, Truex narrowly misses. A holocaust in turn number 3 as the 53 blocks the whole track. He is definitely not cruising. This caution throws a huge monkey wrench in the pit cycle, but it is a good break for Harvick, who now won't have to pit from the lead. My goodness. See, that 53 of James Davison has had better days. That car definitely has some bumps and bruises and black eyes. Let's see if we get a replay here. Here we go. Yeah, looks like you got cars slowing down for pit road. There's nowhere to go. Harvick, actually, the cause of that, the 3 gets into the 53. A little bit of taste from the 9 to 77. Everybody piles in. Like I said before, nowhere to escape. Let's get a look at this. Yeah, those guys just were not expecting Kevin Harvick to slow down like that. And it causes a big logjam, a clog on the racetrack.
Old Man Adler is the man to see when you want to be taller than she.
Because Old Man Adler does a lot for you.
Confidentially with his elevator.
Lap 4:19 for the restart. Here we go. Kevin Harvick, Clint Boyer, Kyle Busch in the lead. Kevin Harvick rockets to the lead with Kyle Busch not too far behind. We are on lap 4:19. We've had 12 lead changes, 5 cautions for 50 laps. Business is starting to pick up, and as we hit lap 4:20, you'll have to excuse me.
Keep digging. Try to stay in front of him.
He's pretty fucking horrible. If I try and shut off early to let the car roll, it still fucking ties the motherfucker. If I try and drive it in with the, carry the speed, it's just pushing the whole front.
Eric Jones moves to 3rd place. That's Kevin Harvick. Still in the lead with Kyle Busch. Anyway, it pays to buy the best. Matt Benedetto looking to get by the 8 of Tyler Reddick. Big rebound for Eric Jones in this race. He wasn't doing so swift before, but that 2020 Auto Traders Toyota is looking pretty spiffy right now. So you see here, Eric Jones was 3rd, started abysmal, 36. Got his way all the way up to 3rd. This is the furthest he's been to the lead all race. But you have to admire the effort of this Jones boy to get that 20 car up to the 3rd position at a track that is so tough. We are here at the inaugural Planet Shivers 500, coming to you live from the Planet Shivers studio. And this audio broadcast is brought to you by Sally's Big Ass Burgers. Sally is on the spectrum of big ass burgers. Okay, Kyle Busch not letting Kevin Harvick get away as he inches ever closer. Let's see what he has to say.
And we're on fucking sleazy ass motherfucking tires. God damn it, you fuck.
Kyle Busch, that is, trying to look on the outside, and Harvick trying to dodge any way he can, but Kyle Busch is coming up quick. Oh, Kevin Harvick gets a little bit loose. This is going to give Kyle Busch a little bit more of an advantage. Kyle Busch shoots to the outside. 18 is super quick right now. He has gone 15 straight seasons with a win. Almost hits Harvick. As they get into the next turn, Kyle Busch trying that way high line, trying to keep that momentum, but it is not going to work. He's trying it again. The high line's a tough line to make work, but if anybody could do it, it is the two-time champion at Kyle Busch. See if he can make them Skittles fly. Look at him in that car, fighting, sawing, wrestling that wheel. He gains a little bit, he loses a little bit. This is a game of cat and mouse between two NASCAR heavyweights of Kevin Harvick and Kyle Busch. Over 100 wins between these two drivers and 3 championships between the two of them. Kyle Busch is within 0.3 of a second. We watch his speed and his RPMs, his throttle and brake trim. Kyle Busch wants to win this race badly, but he is losing the bead on Happy Harvick. Kevin Harvick still ahead of Kyle Busch. 14 lead changes, 4 cautions for 40 laps. Kyle Busch, meanwhile, he is looking to be the first winner of this race. I mean, that comes with a lot of credentials. That's a lot of bragging rights. You know, you can really show your ass if you won the inaugural Shivers 500. They both shoot under the 00. Let's see, who's bringing up the rear in that 00 car? Quinn Huff, that's who I thought it was, but I'm going to be sure. Right ahead of Kevin Harvick is the damaged nose of Denny Hamlin. Now, Hamlin and Kyle Busch are teammates. You think Hamlin's going to try any funny business? Try to help out try to help out Kyle Busch a little bit. Kevin Harvick is running for his life with 26 laps to go. Kyle Busch fireballing behind him, trying to catch up. Both drivers aggressive, and we see Kyle Busch reeling him in. Kevin Harvick going to try to take that high line away. Denny Hamlin's not going to get involved, but Kyle Busch is not going anywhere. He's just going to keep bugging and bugging. Kevin Harvick has to keep his eyes ahead for 24 more laps. Don't worry about this guy behind you. You got to keep him out of your mind. You got to focus forward. Both drivers slide a little bit. Who was that? The 51 and the 95 slow right in front of the leaders. What the hell was that? Looks like the 95 might have a flat tire. Can he get it down off the racetrack without throwing any debris? Right front killed on that 95 car. Called the sheriff, there's been a murder. As now Harvick and Kyle Busch try to work around Daniel Suarez in the 96. Harvick up high, Kyle down low. Now they're going to have to work past this couple of Fords in front of them. As Kyle Busch gets very acquainted with the back end of Kevin Harvick's car, he's going to be craving Busch beer tomorrow morning. Oh, Kevin Harvick shoots loose. Almost gives it all away at the end. 20 laps to go. You could tell both of these champions are on the edge of their seats. They're on the edge of control. They're on the edge of almost wrecking these $500,000 race cars to win the first annual Clint Shivers 500. They are trying everything they can. Harvick up high. Kyle Busch shoots down low. Gains a little bit of position. Harvick almost into the wall again. Is he trying to give it away? Okay, Kyle Busch back down to the bottom. Kevin Harvick, that car looks like it's a handful. You see him sawing on that wheel like Paul Bunyan on coke. Meanwhile, with 16 laps to go, Kyle Busch planning, thinking in his mind a kamikaze attack he might be able to do to try to bullet past Kevin Harvick. It's a two-car joust for the win as we come to 15 laps to go. They both go up high. This time, Harvick still loose, fighting the back end of that car. Bucking like a bronco. God damn. Okay, Kyle Busch, they're both still on the high side, but they got two lap cars in front of them, and they're both on the high side. Now they're too wide. Oh, coming up. Harvick shoots by the 51. Kyle Busch gets by, no problem there. Can they get past that 34? See, the 51 is a little bit slower than the 34. Come on. 34's got to make room. Be respectful of the leaders. Harvick and Kyle Busch up at the top. 12 to go. Kyle Busch is throwing everything at that 4 car he can, trying to outsmart him, dupe him, and trick him. Harvick again loose coming out of the turn. That only allows Kyle Busch to reel him in, drag him in even more. Under 0.2 of a second separating these two drivers. 10 to go. Kyle Busch can't let off now. He's got to try. He's almost there. No. Harvick with the momentum pulls the 18 on the top. Man, you don't stay in your seats, folks. You are not going to want to miss these last 10 laps. Harvick diving underneath the other lap car. Rookie Quinn Huff. Busch is right there. I don't even know who it is. And Busch gets loose as they come out of turn 4 or 3, wherever. It's 1 out of 4. Okay, here they go now. 8 to go. Harvick goes high into turn number 1. Busch down the bottom. No change. It's an Oklahoma land rush. Here they come on the high side. Kyle Busch thinking, how? What can he do? Will it come down to assault? Will Kyle Busch have to put a bumper to that 4 car and bust that can of Busch over Harvick's head? He's getting closer. Man, Kyle Busch reeling him in now. There's a lot of traffic ahead of these guys. Kyle Busch should make his move now. Side by side, but Busch loses the nose, and Harvick's going to dive underneath the 96 of Suarez. Suarez gives him plenty of room. Good sportsmanship on the 96. Don't get in the way if you're several laps down. Harvick back to the bottom. Kyle Busch there too. Couple of bottom feeders right now. What's going to happen in the next turn? Kevin Harvick changes that line again, but Kyle Busch shadows him. 4 more times, 4 more circuits, 4 more laps around Bristol Motor Speedway to decide the winner of the Planet Shivers 500. Can Kyle Busch get there? He reels him in a little bit, but Harvick shows a good wheel. Coming to 3 to go now as they lap around the outside of the 13. Get that lap car the hell out of the way. Kyle might still be able to get there. Harvick again holds a strong line through 3 and 4. 2 laps to go. If Kyle Busch has any tricks left in that bag of Skittles, he better pull them out now. As Harvick gets into the next turn, Kyle Busch getting closer. 0.2 of a second. White flag is out. 1 lap. Kyle Busch has got to make his move now. There's no more time left. A lap car in front of the 4. Will it hold him up? Kyle Busch is there. Will he go for it? He tries. He drives it hard into 3 and 4. He slides, but Kevin Harvick is going to win the first annual Planet Shivers 500 over Kyle Busch. What a race. The crew celebrates. What jubilation. What a car. What a race. An unbelievable finish. Kyle Busch tries all he can to get past, but it's not enough. Let's go to victory lane.
Yeah! Bristol, baby! place means a lot to you, but to beat Kyle, one of the best here, in an incredible scrap for over 50 laps. How did you get it done, Kevin?
Man, I just want to say thank you to all the fans. Thank you, guys. I was so jacked up when we started this race because of you guys and Bristol Motor Speedway. Just really, really proud of everybody on our Busch Light Ford, Mobile One, Hunt Brothers Pizza, everybody from Jimmy John's, Fields. We'll bring the sword to the go-kart tent tomorrow, so you boys better be ready to take a picture.
How about the battle with Kyle, though? It was tit for tat, and there was not an inch of room for error, Kevin.
Yeah, it was, to beat Kyle Busch at Bristol, I kind of got myself in a little bit of a ringer there. I hit a lap car and got a hole in the right front nose, but just kept fighting. We don't have anything else to lose. We were here to try to win a race. I know how much Rodney really enjoys coming here, and hell, how could you not have come in here with all this enthusiasm? Everybody's tired of being at home.
I think Kevin speaks for everybody, but to win it in front of the fans, that makes it more special, doesn't it, Kevin?
It does. I know you guys are tired of being at home like me, so I'm glad we're all here having a hell of a time. Thank you.
Well, folks, we got to see a hell of an event this evening for the Planet Shivers 500. I want to really thank you guys for listening to this. I hope you had fun, a couple of laughs, enjoyed yourself, killed some time on your drive to wherever, to work, home, to your side piece's house. Doesn't matter. You can listen to this podcast anywhere you want. Okay? And I appreciate it. Don't forget, like, subscribe, follow me on Instagram at Albert Shivers, and a little shout out to my sometimes co-host Isaac. You can find him on Instagram at when_in_zen. Thank you guys. I love you for listening. I love you for supporting the show. And on a serious note, as you go forward, take care of yourself and take care of somebody else.